the counterintuitive path to success, why staying small could be your biggest win. Welcome to the BlackCEO Podcast. Today, we're diving into a topic that's going to challenge everything you thought you knew about business success. I'm thrilled to share with you some truly revolutionary insights I gained from a recent interview with the remarkable Charlene Dorsey. Charlene isn't just a successful entrepreneur. She's a visionary who's redefining what success means in the world of small business. Her perspective is not only refreshing, it's downright revolutionary, and it has the power to transform the way we think about entrepreneurship and personal fulfillment. Charlene Dorsey is more than just a business owner. She's a beacon of hope for countless entrepreneurs who feel overwhelmed by the relentless pressure to grow at all costs. Her wisdom challenges the status quo and offers a lifeline to those drowning in the sea of unrealistic expectations. Through her work, Charlene is not just building businesses, she's nurturing souls and rekindling the passion that drives true innovation. Now, I want you to pause for a moment and picture this. You're scrolling through your social media feed and you're bombarded with post after post of entrepreneurs boasting about their seven-figure businesses, their thousands of followers, and their meteoric rise to success. It's overwhelming, isn't it? It might even make you question your own worth as a business owner. The constant barrage of bigger is better messaging can leave you feeling inadequate, stressed, and wondering if you're cut out for this entrepreneurial journey at all. But what if I told you that this widely accepted image of success is not just misleading, but potentially harmful? What if the key to true fulfillment and sustainable success lies in the opposite direction of what mainstream business culture tells us? This is where Charlene Dorsey's insights come in, and they're about to flip your understanding of business success on its head. Charlene proposes the counterintuitive idea that's both liberating and empowering. It's okay to start small and stay small. In fact, it might be the key to true success and fulfillment in business. Now, I know what you're thinking, stay small, but isn't the goal to grow as big as possible? This is the paradox we're going to explore today, and I promise you, by the end of this talk, you'll have a whole new perspective on what it means to run a successful business. Let's start by addressing the elephant in the room, the pervasive belief that a business is only successful if it's making millions of dollars or has thousands of likes and followers. This belief has become so ingrained in our entrepreneurial culture that it's almost taken as gospel. But Charlene challenges this notion, and her argument is not just compelling, it's revolutionary. According to Charlene, the true measure of a successful business isn't found in your bank balance or your follower count. It's in doing what you love, creating a platform that sustains itself and those who work within it, and truly living what you do. It's about finding fulfillment in your work, not just financial gain. It's about creating a business that aligns with your values, supports your lifestyle, and allows you to do work that truly matters to you. This idea might seem counterintuitive in our growth-obsessed culture, but let's break it down. Think about it. What's the point of building $1 million business if you're miserable doing it? What good are thousands of followers if you've lost sight of why you started your business in the first place? Let me share a story with you that illustrates this point perfectly. Meet Sarah, a talented graphic designer who started her own design studio. Initially, Sarah was driven by the dream of growing her business into a large agency. She worked tirelessly, took on every client she could, and soon found herself managing a team of designers and juggling multiple high-profile projects. On paper, Sarah's business was a success. Her revenue was impressive and her client list was enviable, but Sarah was miserable. She was working 80-hour weeks, barely saw her family, and had completely lost touch with the creative work she loved. She was no longer designing, she was just managing and constantly chasing the next big contract. One day, after a particularly grueling week, Sarah had an epiphany. She realized that in pursuit of growth, she had lost sight of why she started her business in the first place, her love for design and her desire for a balanced life. She made a bold decision. She scaled back her business. Sarah let go of her employees, carefully selected a small number of clients she truly enjoyed working with, and returned to doing the design work herself. Her revenue decreased, but something magical happened. Her happiness skyrocketed. She rediscovered her passion for design, had time for her family, and built deep, meaningful relationships with her select clients. Sarah's story is a powerful reminder that success isn't about size or numbers. It's about creating a business that brings you joy and aligns with your values. Sarah's smaller business was in many ways far more successful than her larger one because it allowed her to live the life she truly wanted. Now, I can almost hear the objections forming in your mind. But isn't the market saturated? How can a small business survive in such a competitive landscape? This is where Charlene's wisdom really shines. She argues that it's not the market that's saturated, but our ideas that are overstimulated. Think about that for a moment. We're constantly bombarded with information, trends, and must-do strategies for business success. It's easy to feel like every idea has already been done, every niche filled, but this is an illusion created by a hyper-connected world. The truth is, there's always room for authentic, passionate entrepreneurs who are truly living their purpose. Your unique perspective, your individual approach to solving problems, your personal touch, these are what sets you apart in a crowded market. It's not about doing something that's never been done before. It's about doing it in a way that only you can. This brings us to another crucial point in Charlene's philosophy, the importance of authenticity in business. When you're focused on rapid growth and chasing numbers, it's easy to lose sight of your original vision. You might find yourself pivoting to what's trendy rather than what's true to you. But by embracing the small and sustainable mindset, you create space to stay true to your core values and mission. Let's consider another example that brings this point home. Meet John, a passionate baker who dreamed of opening his own bakery. John was torn between two paths, opening a chain of bakeries to maximize profit or focusing on a single artisanal shop where he could perfect his craft. Influenced by the growth is everything mentality, John initially chose the first path. He opened multiple locations, introduced a wide range of products to appeal to every possible customer, and spent heavily on marketing to increase his social media following. On paper, his business looked successful, high revenue, lots of followers, multiple locations. But John was unhappy. He was no longer baking. He was managing logistics, dealing with staffing issues, and constantly worrying about profit margins. The joy he once found in creating the perfect loaf of bread was gone, replaced by stress and anxiety. After a year of this, John made a drastic change. He closed all but one of his locations and returned to his original vision. He focused on creating a small but exceptional bakery where he personally baked every day. He curated a small menu of artisanal breads and pastries using locally sourced, high-quality ingredients. The result? John's single bakery now has a loyal customer base who come not just for the baked goods, but for the personal connection and the passion that goes into every product. His social media following is modest but highly engaged. He knows his customers by name and has become a beloved part of his community. John's revenue is smaller than when he had multiple locations, but his profit margins are higher, his stress levels are lower, and most importantly, he's rediscovered the joy in his work. He's living his passion every day, creating value for his community and building deep, meaningful relationships with his customers. This is the essence of what Charlene is advocating for. Success isn't about being the biggest or the most well-known. It's about creating a business that brings you joy, serves your community, and allows you to live authentically. But let's address another concern that might be bubbling up. If I stay small, am I limiting my potential? Am I selling myself short? This is a valid question, and it speaks to our natural desire for growth and improvement. However, Charlene's perspective doesn't mean stagnation. It means intentional, sustainable growth that aligns with your values and lifestyle. Staying small doesn't mean staying the same. It means growing in ways that matter to you. Maybe that's deepening your skills in your craft. Perhaps it's strengthening relationships with your customers. It could be finding innovative ways to serve your community better. The growth is qualitative rather than purely quantitative. This approach also allows for something that's often overlooked in the rush for rapid expansion, work-life balance. When your business is aligned with your values and operates at a scale you're comfortable with, you have the freedom to enjoy life outside of work. You're not constantly chasing the next big milestone or sacrificing your personal life for business growth. Now, I want to be clear. Charlene's philosophy isn't anti-growth or anti-ambition. If your authentic desire is to build a large multinational corporation, then by all means, pursue that dream. The key is to ensure that your business goals align with your personal values and desired lifestyle. Success should be defined on your terms, not anyone else's. Let's delve deeper into the practical implications of this mindset shift. When you embrace the idea of small and sustainable, you open yourself up to a world of benefits that often get overlooked in the pursuit of rapid growth. First, there's the issue of quality control. When you're operating at a smaller scale, you have the ability to maintain a high level of quality in your products or services. You can pay attention to the details that might get lost in a larger operation. This level of care and attention can lead to a superior customer experience, which in turn leads to loyal, long-term customers. Second, there's the matter of adaptability. Smaller businesses can pivot more quickly in response to market changes or customer needs. You're not weighed down by the bureaucracy or inertia that can plague larger organizations. This agility can be a significant competitive advantage in today's fast-paced business environment. Third, and perhaps most importantly, there's the personal satisfaction factor. When you're not constantly chasing growth for growth's sake, you have the opportunity to really enjoy your work. You can take pride in every product you create, every service you provide, every customer interaction you have. This sense of fulfillment is invaluable and often leads to a more sustainable, long-term business success. Let me share one more story that illustrates the power of this approach. Meet Maria, a talented software developer who left her high-paying job at a tech giant to start her own company. Maria had a vision for a software solution that could help small nonprofits manage their operations more efficiently. Initially, Maria was tempted to follow the traditional startup path, seeking venture capital, aiming for rapid growth, and planning for a lucrative exit. But something didn't feel right. She realized that this approach would likely lead her to prioritize profit over purpose, potentially compromising her original mission of helping small nonprofits. Instead, Maria chose a different path. She decided to bootstrap her company, growing slowly and organically. She focused on developing a robust, user-friendly product and providing exceptional customer service to a small but growing client base. 5 years in, Maria's company isn't making headlines for record-breaking growth or massive funding rounds, but it's profitable, sustainable, and most importantly, it's making a real difference. Maria's software is now used by over 500 small nonprofits, helping them operate more efficiently and increase their impact. Maria works reasonable hours, knows many of her clients personally, and continues to be hands-on in product development, the part of her work she loves most. Her team is small, but highly skilled and passionate about their mission. They've turned down opportunities for rapid expansion, choosing instead to grow at a pace that allows them to maintain their quality and culture. What's most striking about Maria's story is the impact she's having. By staying small and focused, she's been able to keep her prices affordable for small nonprofits. The efficiency gains provided by her software have allowed these organizations to redirect resources to their core missions, amplifying their impact in their communities. Maria's definition of success isn't about the size of her company or the money in her bank account. It's about the positive change she's creating in the world while doing work she loves. Her story is a powerful example of how staying small can lead to big impact. But let's not sugarcoat things. Embracing this mindset isn't without its challenges. Our society is geared towards celebrating rapid growth and overnight success stories. You might face skepticism or even criticism from those who don't understand your approach. You might have moments of doubt, wondering if you should be pushing for more. This is where having a clear vision and strong sense of purpose becomes crucial. When you're clear on why you're doing what you're doing, and when your business aligns with your personal values, it becomes easier to stay the course. You're not swayed by every new trend or pressured by others' expectations. You're building a business that's truly yours in every sense of the word. Now, let's address another important aspect of Charlene's insights. The idea that the market is not saturated, ideas are overstimulated. This is a powerful reframing of a common concern among entrepreneurs. How many times have you heard or perhaps thought to yourself, everything's already been done. There's no room for new businesses in this market. But Charlene's perspective invites us to look at this differently. Yes, we're bombarded with information and ideas constantly. Social media, industry publications, networking events, they all contribute to this sense of idea overload. It can feel like every possible business concept has already been explored. However, this oversaturation is happening at the idea level, not necessarily at the market level. There's a crucial difference. Ideas are infinite, but execution is what matters. Your unique approach, your specific combination of skills and experiences, your particular way of solving problems, these are what create space for your business in the market. Think about it this way. How many coffee shops exist in the world? Millions, probably. But new coffee shops open every day, and many of them thrive. Why? Because each one brings something unique to their community. It might be the ambiance, the specific blend of coffee, the friendly barista who remembers every regular's order. The idea of a coffee shop isn't new, but the execution, the way each owner brings that idea to life, creates a unique business. This principle applies across all industries. The market isn't saturated with passionate, authentic entrepreneurs who are truly living their purpose. There's always room for businesses that provide real value, that solve problems in innovative ways, that connect with their customers on a human level. So instead of asking, has this been done before? Ask yourself, how can I do this in a way that's true to me? How can I bring my unique perspective and skills to this business idea? This shift in thinking opens up a world of possibilities. Now, as we near the end of our discussion, I want to circle back to the core of Charlene's message: redefining success in business. We've been conditioned to equate success with size. Bigger is better. Growth is everything. But what if we measured success differently? What if success meant creating a business that allows you to do what you love every day? What if it meant building something sustainable that supports you, your employees, if you have them, and your community? What if success was defined by the positive impact you make rather than the size of your bank account or your social media following? This redefinition of success is liberating. It takes the pressure off constantly comparing yourself to others or chasing arbitrary growth targets. It allows you to focus on what really matters: creating value, serving your customers, and finding fulfillment in your work. It's important to note that this approach doesn't mean settling for less or lacking ambition. On the contrary, it requires a different kind of ambition: the ambition to stay true to your values, to consistently deliver quality, to make a real difference in your sphere of influence. This can be far more challenging and ultimately more rewarding than simply chasing numbers. As we wrap up, I want to leave you with a call to action, inspired by Charlene's insights. I challenge you to redefine success on your own terms, free from societal pressures and expectations. Take a hard look at your business and ask yourself, is it aligned with your values? Does it bring you joy? Are you making the impact you want to make? If the answer to any of these questions is no, it's time for a change. And that change doesn't necessarily mean growing bigger. It might mean growing deeper. It might mean scaling back to focus on what truly matters to you. It might mean saying no to opportunities that don't align with your vision, even if they promise financial gain. I challenge you to have the courage to stay small if that's what feels right to you, to resist the pressure to expand for expansion's sake, to focus on quality over quantity, on impact over income. And for those of you who are just starting out, or perhaps thinking of starting a business, I challenge you to approach entrepreneurship with this mindset from the beginning. Don't let the allure of rapid growth or the pressure of societal expectations dictate your path. Instead, build a business that reflects your values, that allows you to do work you love, that serves your community in a meaningful way. Remember, there's no one size fits all definition of success in business. Your journey is unique, and your measure of success should be too. Whether you choose to stay small or grow big, the key is to do it intentionally in a way that aligns with your values and brings you fulfillment. Charlene Dorsey's perspective offers us a powerful alternative to the growth at all cost mentality that dominates much of the business world. It reminds us that success isn't just about numbers, it's about impact, fulfillment, and living authentically through our work. So, as you go forward in your entrepreneurial journey, I urge you to rethink success. Embrace the possibility of starting small and staying small if that aligns with your vision. Focus on doing what you love and creating real value. Remember that your unique perspective and approach are what will set you apart in a crowded market. Your business doesn't need to make millions or have thousands of followers to be successful. It needs to be true to you, sustainable, and a source of joy and fulfillment. That's the real measure of success. I challenge you to be bold in your pursuit of this authentic success. to have the courage to define success on your own terms, even when it goes against the grain, to build a business that not only sustains you financially, but nourishes your soul and contributes positively to your community. This isn't just about business strategy, it's about reclaiming our lives from the relentless pursuit of more. It's about creating businesses that enhance our lives and the lives of those around us rather than consuming them. So go forth and be the change in the business world. Show that success can be measured in happiness, in impact, in personal growth. Prove that small can be not just beautiful, but powerful. Your journey may not make headlines, but it can change lives, starting with your own. Remember, in a world that's constantly telling you to scale up, sometimes the most revolutionary thing you can do is to scale deep. Build a business that matters, that lasts, that brings you joy. That's the true measure of success. Thank you for joining me on this journey of redefining success. Now go out there and build the business that's truly right for you. The world is waiting for your authentic, impactful, joyful contribution. Make it count.